and then raise up the mountain to be there before the athletes arrive and serve you some drinks.
Welcome to Kitzbühel, Austria. It's day one of Red Bull X-Alps 2025, the first of 12 days of this most epic of adventure races around the Alps. I'm Tarquin Cooper, and this is the one and only Gavin McCloy. Welcome, Gavin.
Good to be back.
Good to be back. It absolutely is. Where did the last 2 years go?
I know, man. It flies.
Boy, is it hot here, isn't it?
It's warm. You and I are trying to keep the sweat off our faces for going live, but it reminds me of 2015. It's hot down here.
It's going to be really, really tough for athletes today. What's your readout of the situation today? What's your prediction?
You know, last night there was a lot of optimism. Hey, they're going to make it all the way to Murano and stuff, and I've been talking to a lot of the athletes, and I think it's going to be tricky today. I think we got a lot of overdevelopment in the big stuff of the Alps. You know, I think getting the Sexton still definitely on the table, but, you know, in one go, I think it's going to be tricky, and it's definitely going to be storms. They're talking about big gust fronts, big powerful winds, so if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time today, it could be really tricky. And I think looking forward, I was talking to Kriegel this morning, and tomorrow's going to be a really strong North Fern, flyable, but hard to be, as Kriegel likes to say, efficient.
Those are conditions that Kriegel favors.
Yes.
So when we get up to launch, I remember 2 years ago, athletes kind of worked together, they were in a gaggle. I don't think we're going to see that now, are they? They're just going to get up and go because the clock is ticking. You've got these thunderstorms coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, every weather map has got these big splodges of purple and rain. I was looking at one that was predicted 10 centimeters, not millimeters, 10 centimeters of rain.
I think it's the sky is going to blow up today. It's going to get really dynamic. We're already seeing little signs of that now up in the bigger terrain, and that's the kind of stuff where, you know, in this race, athletes are going to push that as far as they possibly can. But man, if you get it wrong, it's going to be right on the edge.
And it's not a warm-up day. It's
not a warm-up day.
It's straight. The first day is one of the most challenging with a crux. They've got to cross the Alps.
And you got to stay in front, and you got to get over the spine. You really want to get on the other side of the Alps today. You want to get on the south side.
Another factor to consider is that the Hoatan National Park, you can land, but you can't take off.
Exactly.
So it's punishing for anyone who doesn't make it across.
Added layers of challenge. You know, I've talked to a couple athletes this morning who are already talking about maybe taking a different route depending on how the radar blows up. I think there's going to be a lot of communications with the teams on the ground, helping them out where these things developing, where they may be going away. Then the other factor is it might get so big that the thermals just die. You know, I was seeing potential buoyancy to shear, which is more technical side of things, but it might get so gray that the thermals just die off. In some ways that might be better. Storms die down, but then you're not making XC distance. So it's going to be a tricky day.
But in a dream scenario, this is what we're looking at. So they're going to set off from here at 11:30. They run around the town, and then from the gondola, the predicted time is about 45 minutes to the top.
Yep.
So that takes us to 12:30. Get up in the air. They're maybe up at altitude by 1 o'clock, and then it's only 80 kilometers, so that could be a 3-hour flight to Sexton. And then originally the guys were thinking, well, we'll hike up and we'll do the Via Ferrata, but if I'm not mistaken, lightning isn't great when you're on an iron cableway either.
You know, the whole, like, the hair goes up like this when you're on a Via Ferrata.
I've been on a ridge when there's been a thunderstorm, and it's not fun. You don't want the one place you do not want to be is anywhere near metal. So.
I wasn't real clear yesterday too, talking to our safety director Jurgen, because I said, are you going to literally be standing there saying no, you can't do it? Because you know these athletes are going to do it. You know, if it's a lightning storm, they're still going to go for it. So it'll be interesting to see what we got over there. It looks like a little bit less storms on the south side, but I think it's going to be a really dynamic day, and I'll be flying with them all from, you know, at 12:30 at the launch, and it's not going to be like the prologue where we were just struggling to stay up. They're going to get up and they're going to go, and it won't take any time. The lapse rate's going to be booming at 12:30. So, I mean, I think 80K we could make it in 2.5 hours, and there's a little bit of tailwind. So I think it'll be fast and furious. People are going to try to get there before it goes big.
And Gavin, what's your feeling on the prologue? You know, who have you seen who's impressed you? You know, we had only three veterans in the top 10. A lot of young rookies coming through the ranks. I mean, Shane Ty, the Australian. We never see,
impressive.
You know, Shane and Gabe Janssen from Brazil. We never see the rest of the world countries, with your exception, of course. You know, doing really well. Normally, it is a race that favors the home boys, if you like.
It does. You know, I almost think the prologue in some ways is irrelevant. It helps those that did well, those top 10, especially the rookies, with their confidence confidence. I remember when I got third in the prologue in 2015, it was a huge boost to my confidence. But this is a totally different day, and that was incredibly slow, stable. It favored those with really good technical skills and being really patient. This is just irrelevant to that. There's apples and oranges, and so I think this is going to favor those who are bold, willing to fly into big conditions, those who have done it a lot. You know, we saw Maxime win that one. He's the best pilot in the world right now. It's absurd what he's accomplished this year. If I was in the race, I'm hanging on to him tight. That's what I do. That would be my goal today. I'm not doing anything creative. I'm flying with Maxime, flying with Kriegel, and flying with the big boys, Simon. You know, my dark horse is Tim Alongi. I think he's just got incredible wing management skills. He showed in 2023 how good he is. He's just so solid. He can land anywhere. He can take off anywhere. He's super
it's that
fit.
Acro. He used to be an acro pilot.
Exactly,
So
and
it's
he's
those
just got
skills.
those, and that's what really adds up in this race. Is when things are dicey and cross and nasty and over the back, he crushes it.
And let's not forget that those were Kriegel's skills as well. He was an acro and a test pilot
And he
before
still has them all.
he got into this.
And he's just
he had
getting strong.
you know, he got the Infinity record, you know, years back with his brother, I think it was. Yeah, he's also a professional pilot.
I mean, it's always every year's the same. This is the year he's going down, and he's the oldest in this race. You know, if I was in it, I would of course be the oldest, but you know, I can't believe he's the oldest. But you know, he's still going to be hard to beat. His bag of tricks is so deep.
Gavin, you've been talking to a lot of athletes. Picked up any good gossip or any interesting stories?
Well, you know, Damien's got a little knee issue. There's a couple athletes out there that aren't
so
totally
does Lars.
bold.
Lars has also got a knee issue.
Lars has a knee issue. You know, we haven't talked about Aaron Duragati. I mean, he's incredible. I've never seen anybody as strong as Aaron uphill, you know? And he's never really nailed the Red Bull X-Alps. This has always been kind of his Achilles heel.
And we're going into Italy, which is his home turf. And he knows those mountains.
He's going to his town.
He knows those, you know, every single tree.
It's got to be good for his confidence, you know? And he's an amazing mountain pilot. And so he's another dark horse. I think he's really going to do well in this one.
There was also a funny story. I can't remember who told me, but I think Tanguy has a Michelin chef. Did you hear that?
Yes, and he's a good friend of mine. Stefano Salgado is a World Cup pilot, really good friend of mine down from Valle de Bravo, and Michelin star chef, studied at the Culinary Institute in New York, and he's on their team. He's cooking for them.
That's fantastic.
Unfortunately, Tanguy just eats like McDonald's and really simple stuff, so he's probably a little over the top for Tanguy, but that's a pretty nice way to go.
So Gavin, look, we're 5 minutes before the start. I'm going to let you go because you're going to rush up the mountain. You're going to try and get in the air for us, broadcast live from the top.
Can't wait.
Thanks for joining us. You give me your mic.
Yep.
And we're going to take this around and go and talk to.
See y'all.
We'll see you later. We're going to catch the atmosphere around behind me. So thanks to my cameraman, I'm going to take that from you. So let's have a little bit of a wander around and catch some of the atmosphere here. It's so hot here, it's just incredible atmosphere as well.
Und dann ist es die Schweiz. Meine Damen und Herren, und jetzt wird's richtig laut. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Red Bull X-Alps, der 8-fache Gewinner. Kitzbühel, show your appreciation for Christian.
So let's have a little bit of a walk and meet some of the athletes who we've got here.
Gefolgt von seinen Eidgenossen Patrick von Kenel, Nikola Heiniger, Lars Meerstetter, Dennis Slovakia with Murai Korin, and the United States of America with Jared Scheitz. Das sind sie also, die 33. Und jetzt
A quick walk. Here we go.
einmal alle.
Shane, good luck, Shane as Damien, Warren, Team Canada, James Elliott.
On deck. One more time. Make a huge noise.
And then we have Gabby Janssen from Brazil. That is Nikola Heiniger hugging Remy Baudel, Lars Meerstetter, Patrick von Kennel. We've got the race co-founder Ulrich Grill. Founded this race 20 odd years ago with the late Hannes Ark, Christian Schug. give him a hand. Shaking the hand of Jean de Biolay from Belgium. There is Tommy Friedrich. We'll just have a wakey wakey. You'll wake up soon enough. This is Erland. Good luck, Erland, at Wittner. Absolutely incredible atmosphere here in Race Village in headquarters in the HQ base camp of Kitzbühel, and there he is, the man himself, 8-time champion, Kriegel Maurer. You too, Kriegel.
27, ladies and gentlemen, 11:27. We have 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
So just hearing 2.5 minutes. So athletes first run through the town, the historic Kitzbühel. They'll do a little loop, and then they head up to the top of the Hahnenkamm, which is all the way up there. And we reckon the first athletes are going to be up in about 45 minutes, and then they could be in the air about 15 minutes after that. So our broadcast plan is to pass the phone to a mountain run. You might see him behind me, Max Giel. There he's holding the camera. He's going to run up the mountain. I'm going to take the lift. Oh, look, there's Aaron Duragati. Max is going to run up. Here's our mountain rabbit. He is our Kilian Jornet. And then I'm going to take the cable car and run down. We're going to swap the cameras over. And then hopefully we'll have Gavin in the air broadcasting from above the Hahnenkamm. Yep. Aaron, are you looking forward to going home?
Yeah, really looking forward. And Johanna, my girlfriend, say if I manage to home, I get a pizza. So try to go back to Südtirol.
Well, good luck with that. Juraj! Tobias Grossrabacher first took part in 2017. How are you feeling, Lars?
Good. Finally it starts. All good.
Ready for the adventure?
Yes, 100%.
Good luck.
All right, whoever has not a phone in their hands or a camera or
that is Samu Tama. Samu, how are you doing?
Yeah, kind of nervous, but that's expected, I think. But I'm happy to get out now.
So everybody, we are just minutes away from the start of Red Bull X-Alps 2025. The countdown is on.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the Red Bull X-Alps 2025 has begun. So we can just see Damien Lacaze here. It's a pretty fast pace. There's Celine, Seabrand.
Somebody lost a mic. I think you dropped one.
So the camera is now with our mountain runner, Max Gill. We'll see you at the top. Go, Max, go. Aaron Duragati has just passed me. He is 50 meters ahead of the second placed athlete. He is on fire. Extraordinary mountain fitness from the Italian athlete. Next up is Nicola Heiniger from Switzerland. And behind him is the camera. So we are going to have the run of our lives to try and catch up with Aaron. Fantastic, good job. Okay, I'm on the camera. Thank you, Max Gill. Max Gill, well done. What an amazing effort there from our photographer. The odds of me catching Aaron Duragati are extremely small, but we will try. Nicola Heiniger is just behind me. So this is live from the strife, and I'm trying to catch up with Aaron Duragati. He is running up the strife, and apologies earlier, the audio, we lost the audio, but we're I hear you chasing Aaron 200 meters below the summit. We are looking at Aaron Duragati, the lead athlete. We are on the strife. It feels vertical. We have Aaron takes the flag. Mick Heiniger just behind me. There is Aaron Duragati, just meters from the top. Receiving a rapturous applause from the crowd. Followed by Nicola Heiniger. So this is the welcome athletes receive at the top. Just take the camera to the top, walk.
Da gibt es jetzt offensichtlich einmal alles neu. Da schauen wir ein bisschen zu. Da werden sogar die Schuhe gewechselt. Frische Socken kommen da zum Einsatz.
Okay.
Also, da wird nichts dem Zufall überlassen.
Aaron's just too fast.
Well done, Nico!
So, ja, da sind wir wieder. Kurze Technical Problems, aber jetzt sind wir wieder retour. Und da ist der nächste.
Here's the man.
Ladies and
Here's the
gentlemen.
man.
Da steht
man.
die Fahne der Schweiz.
Bullseye.
Hahnenkampf.
Bullseye.
Make some noise, please welcome all together. Nicola Heiniger! Hauptschwitz! Da wurde natürlich auch alles vorbereitet. So, und jetzt Hahnenkampf. Let's get the roof flying off of our stadium.
Christian Mara. Kriegel, the eagle. I think we need to rechristen him to Kriegel. Kriegel, the mountain goat. Look at that. Look at that. And look at the support. He is getting the 8-time champion third up the Hahnenkamm, proving that at the age of 42, he absolutely still got it. Here's a beast.
Und hat gesagt, es geht nicht mehr nur ums Gewinnen. Es geht genau diese Momente. Hahnenkamm, let's hear it! Unvorstellbar. Was für eine Atmosphäre. Christian Kriegelmaurer. Es geht über.
There he goes.
Die Hütte brennt.
Next up, fourth place, Tanguy Renaud, the Frenchman, the world champion in a hike and fly 24 hours, over 17,000 meters. What a beast he is. Look at those legs. Look at them. Just unbelievable. That is what you need, folks. Legs like that. Fourth. Who else is next? Tommy from Austria. Tommy Friedrich. Tommy Friedrich, fifth. Sixth place, Erlend Kvidner from Norway. Also a hike and fly record attempter. He's done over 16,000 meters in 24 hours. But in Norway, here he is. Followed in quick succession by Davide Sassotelli, the Italian mountain guide. Wants to go home. Eli Boza, Simon Oberauner, really strong all-round athlete. Didn't have a great prologue, but here he is on fire, on form. Next is Toby Grus Rabacha. He's competing since 2017. So this is his fifth Red Bull X-Alps. I just had to work that out. Brain a little bit slow.
Absolutely incredible. 12:24. This means
here is Toby Grus Rabacha.
4 minutes on their way since we kicked things off in downtown Kitzbühel. Toby Grus Rabacha.
And next Remy Baudel from Team France. Remy Baudel from Chamonix. Next, looks like we've got Patrick von Kernel coming up the hill, followed shortly afterwards by Team Germany. No, excuse me, Lars Meerstetter, the Swiss, seem to have a thing for those little fishing hats. Lars also very strong. I caught him yawning just before the start. I bet he's not yawning now, that's for sure. Behind Lars is the German rookie, Christian Schug, and the French world champion, and by everyone's account, the world's best pilot on pure paragliding. There goes Christian Schug, and here is Maxime Pinot.
Und jetzt kommt einer der absoluten Top-Favoriten. One of the hardest contenders again.
Just getting a sense of the crowds here on the Hahnenkamm.
So, also, jetzt ist dann natürlich die Frage, wer geht als erster hinaus? Was passiert?
Now, as we heard earlier from our in-house race experts, Joanna de Grigoli, and also from Gavin, athletes will be keen to get in the air as quickly as possible. We're just going to have a quick look at the windsock. Very, very light breeze here. Almost nothing coming up. A little bit of breeze over on the side here. I can feel something coming on. We can see the cycles. So I believe Gavin is also up in the air now with a good connection. So as soon as I get the confirmation, we can throw to Gavin. This is Jean de Birley. So we're going to throw to Gavin, who's going to give us an aerial view. Gavin, are you there?
Hello, everybody. Just launched here. We're at the top of the Strife, and I'm going to give you a good view of what's going on at the launch here. I'll turn it around. Just going to get a little bit higher here, and we're going to see the first few pilots launch here in a sec. But we've got good signal, I understand, so I'm going to give you a view here of what's going on. Check this out. This is the top of the Strife, the top of the most famous downhill in the world. And we've got everybody's just now showing up. We'll do a little drive-by here and check out what's going on. All the athletes will be launching here shortly.
Gavin, can you... Gavin, tell us what the flying conditions like. Is it turned on
Yeah,
yet?
it's pretty...
Can people get up and seeing some cumulus up there?
It's pretty light right now, but it's starting to get a little bit better. I've just been able to maintain, but none of us are getting up yet. But I think it's going to start turning on better. We've got big clouds already to our south, and it's going to be quite short today. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out. But right now it's very smooth, very light, no wind whatsoever, and yeah, it's working okay. I think the athletes are going to have a good couple hours here where it's pretty nice.
Gavin, it's on launch. It's all go, go, go for Team Italy 1. Aaron has already got his harness on. And also, that's Italy 4. That's Davide Sassatelli.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be launching
Aaron
pretty quick.
He's getting ready. He's almost ready to go to launch. Italy 4. The Italians are keen to get home. Who else can we see? Other teams just generally getting set up as quickly as possible. Supporters are working like efficient Formula One crews. It's like a incredible pit stop. Who's this coming up? That's Damien Lacaz.
Slovakia.
Not the fastest on the ground, but still a phenomenal athlete in the air.
Let's try something. Let's try something to welcome the Australians up here.
It's Juraj Koren from Slovakia taking part in his second.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello everyone, it's just incredible up here on the Hahnenkamm. The atmosphere is electric. Now we've got the first to get on launch is Aaron Duragati and Davide Sassatelli. Followed shortly afterwards, we got Tongi Renogu. Tongi is lining up. Who's that? And Tommy Friedrich. But it looks like it's going to be Aaron. Oh, a little kiss with his girlfriend Joanna. Remy Boudel. We need to keep out of the way. We're going to stand back, and you can watch the action as it unfolds live here on the Hahnenkamm in Kitzbühel, Austria. Aaron is up. He is launched. Aaron is in the air, sensing the sweet smell of home. Tommy Friedrich is up. That was Davide Sassatelli. Kriegel also on launch. Remy Boudel in the red helmet. That is Tongi. Tongi now launching. Tongi, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 athletes in the air. Remy Boudel. Nicola Hanniger. Kriegel now launching. 8-time Red Bull X-Alps champion. Can he do it again?
Can it be?
Nicola just got a line caught on his helmet cam. Who have we got here?
Where is the lead, Lawrence?
That's Germany 4. That's Christian Schuck. Christian was second at XP last year, earning his ticket to this race. But still, we've got athletes coming in the air. Next on launch. It's difficult to keep up here. It's just madness. Christian Schuck. Oh, it's Lars Mirstetter now. Lars Mirstetter. And over here. Oh. Not the most elegant of launches.
Absolut spektakulärer Start. Zillertal! Herzlich willkommen am Hahnenkamm!
Simon Oberauner now getting ready to launch. So Gavin now is with the gaggle. So Gavin, are you there?
Amazing. It's so incredible. I'm just surrounded by all the first gaggle. We've got about 8 pilots in the same thermal. Kriegel's just behind me. It's just beautiful. Yeah, it's really amazing conditions. And Kriegel just joined in, and I don't think we're going to be here that long before we start heading off to Sexton. So there's the Eagle here. You! You can see the launch here in a sec. There's the launch. There's the Strife. Maxime, Tanguy, Remy. Oh, what a beautiful start. This is pretty much perfect. There's Kriegel. Let's get Kriegel in the viewfinder here. There's the Eagle. El Champion. 8 times. Can you do it again? The question is, how high do we want to get before we start heading south? So I'll just try to stay with this lead gaggle and keep you all posted, and we'll stay live here as long as we. Okay, we're going to go back to Tarquin, who's down on launch. There's all kinds of stuff going on down there. Tarquin, what do you see at the side?
Oh, they're coming thick and fast. But still, athletes, unbelievably, are hiking up. James Elliott has just arrived on launch. I can also see Team USA, Jared Scheid, also still hiking up. And a few other athletes still to come. But currently, we've got another athlete coming out onto launch. That looks like Shane Tai from Australia. He had an incredible performance in the prologue. Really impressive young athlete, proving that you don't have to come from the Alpine countries to do well in this race. There's Jared Scheid waving the US flag. And behind him, that's my man. This is the guy who carried the camera. And here is Nick Donini. Yeah. So,
Richtung Steinbergkogel in Richtung Bengelstein, von wo es dann wahrscheinlich hinübergeht in Richtung Schwarzkogel. Die Marseillaise, werden wir sie hören.
Next athlete to launch.
Dieses Jahr bei Red Bull X-Alps. Die Franzosen ganz stark und der erste, Damien Lacaze.
That is France, that's Damien Lacaze. Damien, we'll stay with him. And that is Hugo Alvarez from Mexico, has just summited. let's keep our camera on Damien Lacaze, Tim Alongi. Oh look, this is going to be fun. We can always expect some magic from the acro champion, Tim Alongi. His speciality is not so much the reverse launch as launching in reverse. Patrick von Kennel launching now in the air there. You can see his Red Bull wing. The other pilot there on the right is not an athlete, that is Adi Geisiker, photographer. So Damien Lacaze now up. We are keeping our camera on Tim Alongi, who had such an extraordinary race in 2023, coming back as he did from a serious back injury from a skiing accident. He just has one look up into the air. Here he goes. Oh, just a conservative regular launch for Tim Alongi. Let's see who else is setting up. Now, if we can, it'd be nice to chat with Gavin and hear what is happening from his viewpoint. We can see the gaggle.
Tarquin, I'm in a gaggle of about 25 pilots right now. Yeah,
Gavin, tell us what's
Tarquin
happening.
is just fantastic. I'm in a gaggle of about 25. We're all in the same thermal. It's just spectacular out here. I'm hoping this footage is coming through on the live because it is wild. We're all just wingtip to wingtip. What a perfect start. It's just beautiful. We just had our first pilot move off down course line. I don't know who that was, but somebody's just made a little bit move down the ridge line, but the rest of everybody's just here a little bit above start, above the strife, and trying to get a little bit higher before we can move on.
And Gavin, you need to let me know when the first athlete makes their move, because we're going to try and catch up with the athletes in Sexton, and it's quite possible they will be there before us. It's only 80 kilometers. Potentially it's a 3-hour flight, and it's probably a 2.5-hour drive. And if there's traffic, they're going to get there before us.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to think about that pretty soon, Tarquin, because the first pilot just did move down the ridge. He's not high yet. There's no urgency, but I think once we get going here, it's going to go pretty darn fast. And we've got a little bit of a tailwind going south, so we might be able to cover that 80K and even less, 2.5 hours, or maybe even 2:20. So I think it's going to go pretty quick. The first pilot, maybe it's Maxime, just moved off to the next move we're going to be making to the south. So I think it's going to start happening here. But right now we're all here above launch. These guys got to be feeling so good about all the training and everything that's gone into it. And now they're going to get to fly and start amazing 2025 Red Bull X-Alps. I feel the excitement with them. This is pretty amazing that I'm able to be up in
Da kommt der Erste wieder zurück und landet top am Hahnenkamm. Also, da hinten hat den Ersten bereits heruntergespült. Meine Damen und Herren, da möglicherweise kurz die
Gavin,
und dann noch einmal umdrehen.
I guess, Gavin, you probably wish you were taking part
Oh,
again,
I sure do right now. I mean, gosh, these conditions are beautiful. When it starts ODing and we get gust fronts and all that kind of thing, I'll probably be glad I'm doing land, but they're going to have to press on. But the sky right now isn't looking too bad. Some of the stuff's going pretty vertical to the south, but you can see it in the viewfinder there. But so far so good. But I can tell, you can just feel it in the air. It's going to get real big today. It'd be fascinating to watch which one of these pilots is able to be really bold and make a move through. Now we're starting to get high.
We got some more. So we're now looking at Remy Boudel, about to launch. France 4. Just incredible vibes up here on the Hahnenkamm.
It's crazy. Tarkin, have you ever seen somebody forget to sign the turn point time in your 500 years of Red Bull X-Alps? And now, und Tim Alongi, die zwei Franzosen. Vamos Brasil!
Now we've got Austria 3 launching. This looks like Nick Donini. Gabriel Janssen now has just turned up. Here comes Gabe. Gabe Janssen.
Bravo, Gabriel! Obrigado! Und jetzt gibt's die Unterschrift.
We're looking at Nick Donini. There can only be a few athletes still yet to launch.
Und dort oben, dort schaut das Ganze schon wesentlich besser aus. Man hat die Drehrichtung geändert.
Nick Donini.
Mittlerweile geht's nach rechts und nicht mehr nach links.
Hey Max, while we're on talk,
Oh, and this is Patrick Abicola.
good.
From
Looks
Team
incredible
Canada.
from up here. Oh, okay. Hi everybody. I understand we're back in split screen again. You can see what's going on here. I'm in about the same height as, I don't know, 15 other gliders, and we're all just working up little bit by little bit, heading south. But what a gaggle! Feels like we're at a World Cup gaggle.
Mit dem California branding im Schirm.
It looks
So
incredible,
beautiful.
Gavin. I'm just looking up at you, and this gaggle is working really well together.
Yeah, we're all, you know the
We've
saying.
got James
You know
Elliott
the-
here, about to launch.
You know the saying, Tarquin, we're all friends until final glide.
Team
Okay,
Canada.
Kriegel just made the move. He's going for it. He's going for it. So he's going south.
Okay, Kriegel is making a
Kriegel's
move.
making a move. He's going for it.
Okay, Gavin, I think that is my cue. That is my cue to start heading down the
Oh, it
mountain.
might have been a fake move. That's what Kriegel likes to
Just so you
do.
know,
Könnten besser nicht sein. Möglicherweise ist da auch Arturo Gatti wieder zurückgekommen.
So folks,
Seinem Fluchtversuch.
this is the point where I break
Und
camp
jetzt schaut's so
and
aus,
start
als
heading
ob
down
die
the mountain,
Ersten
because
hinüberfliegen Richtung
to have any hope of keeping up with Kriegel, I'm going to have to head down.
Jetzt schon an oder
So we'll be heading down very, very shortly.
Wir beobachten die Gänge
Just going to have
mit Arm
one last prediction with the race director, who I can see here.
Au revoir.
Ferdy,
Thanks, goodbye.
Thanks, Freddie.
the race director. When do you think they'll make Sexton?
I think they will make it today. It's getting more and more unstable. I think in 3 hours, 4 hours.
There you go.
3 or 4 hours. Okay, well, you heard it there from Ferdy Vogel, race director.
Max, as long as I'm not on right now, I'm on glide with these guys. If the signal stays
launch is
good,
pretty much
I'm going to get
clear
some great
now.
footage here. So
Not many
let me know.
athletes still.
Was macht die
Still here.
Liga? Die ersten
Brazilian.
sind am Weg, offiziell am Weg Richtung Süden.
Well, this is where, oh look, there goes
Über in Richtung
Martin Iniguez. Off he goes.
Seite. Und da werden wir jetzt natürlich dann ein bisschen
Okay, I'm going to
rüberschauen.
start heading down the
Und,
mountain.
ganz
Kriegel right out in front.
ob wir was erkennen
Who's above me, but that's Kriegel there. Going to try to get a climb here and start heading south. Hello everybody. 12:45. We're making our first move going south. Kriegel's out in front, as he likes to be. Flying lines, you can see the terrain here. Well, that was a blast. What a start. And let's have some fun, buddy. We'll see you in Sexton. I'm flying with Kriegel right now. We're trying to get a climb, and we're heading south. You can see the terrain we're in here. We've just made our first crossing. And I'll follow Kriegel here. He's just off to my left. There he is. What a start of this race. Beautiful. There we go. Now he's got a good climb. Big ripper here, big climb, big lee side climb with Kriegel. You can hear my Vario ripping there. Very nice. This is what we want. Okay. And a good climb. And a good climb with Kriegel here and a few others just above me. Sorry about the herky-jerky, it's quite a strong climb. And we'll take this hopefully to base and keep moving down course line. All right, they're all coming back. We're gonna try to find this climb together. They were heading off to the south, but they were coming back to the climb Kriegel and I are in. We'll try to take this higher. Very nice. You can see the clouds down to our south starting to get a little big. We just hit a turn point there. All right, everybody, so we'll stay live here as long as we can, but when the signal drops out, which it will, as we head south, we'll be closing the live show, and I can't wait to see y'all for tonight's live show at 9 p.m. We'll give a wrap up of the day, let you know then what happened with these thunderstorms, which you can see to my south here, but we'll keep the footage going as long as we can, but if it shuts out, that's what's happened, and we'll see you for the live show tonight. So thanks for joining. What a start of this race. And I know we're all going to be flying as fast as we possibly can down to Sexton, and so I'll keep this going as long as I can. But thanks for joining. There we go. You can hear my Vario just scream. So I understand Joanna's going to be bringing in the forecast for me here, so you won't hear me talking for a bit. I'm going to listen to Joanna. She's going to tell me what's going on with the weather, and I'll pass it on to you. You can obviously see here that we've got some stuff going pretty vertical, especially to the south. Watching that very closely, but luckily I've got a weather expert, Joanna Dugoli, on with me, and she's going to be looking at the radar and giving us some more detail. Go ahead, Joanna. Okay, so Kriegel's left the gaggle. He's probably getting the beta from his team that Max is getting out in front. And so he's running, and you can see we've got great cloud streets. We need to spend a lot of time turning today. We need to spend a lot of time going straight. So I'm going to follow Kriegel here. And I'm sure the rest of the gaggle is going to be coming with us. For the moment, we're a go, and things look safe to keep heading south. I can see it as well. It's actually a little bit worse out to our west, out towards Innsbruck, than it is to the south. Right now to the south, it looks pretty good. It looks like go time. So we will keep going and keep heading south. You can see Kriegel just out in front off to my left, and the rest of the gaggles. I'll try to pick up, but I understand as long as we've got signal, we're going. Strong lee climb back there, and a couple other recreational pilots out here, but for the most part it's just X-Alps pilots on this spectacular day of flying. Above us. Try to get this climb and keep heading south. We're going to be crossing the Pinzgau here shortly. We call this flying superhighway in the Alps in Austria, where many 300K FAI triangles go down. So we've only got probably one or two more climbs to get to the Pinzgau, and then we're in the snowy, icy glaciers of the high mountain chain, which we've got to cross to get over into Sexton. All right, let me put my goggles on because it's getting a little bit colder. Hi everybody. Turning things around here just to show you a little perspective from the other side. Kriegel's just gotten kind of a bad line there, so he's down in front of me out but quite a bit lower. And I'm trying to pick up this nice cloud in front of me. We've got the main lead gaggle just behind me. And we'll try to get a climb here and get with them and start heading south. I'm real curious to see what route these guys take up and over, whether they go with the main road or if they try to swing more to the west, which is supposed to have a little bit less OD early. So we'll see. There's a good climb. Let me take that and take a look behind us and see what's happening. That lead gaggle's still back in the climb we left back there, so Kriegel's pushing on. I think he's got the same thing I have in mind if I was in the race, is that we don't have much time today. It's going to get big, so got to keep moving. And I understand, I don't see him, but I understand Maxime's out in front of all of us back at the strife, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen him in a bit. Okay, so I just got an update from our HQ that actually Kriegel is out in front because Maxime's trying to find a climb. So Kriegel's pressing on, but he is lower. I've got him right below me and out in front. So we'll see if he can dig out from down there. Just down more in the terrain. But he is Kriegel. He's got the ultimate bag of tricks. He'll figure it out. And there's a recreational pilot out here as well who's in a pretty nice climb above him. Well, there he goes. He's in a nice climb now. So let's go get on top of him and join him. turn things around so you can see what's happening with the weather up in the spine. So that's where we're headed, up into the snow. At some point here I'm going to have to put on some gloves. I'm at 2,400 meters. And we just got some weather info down from Sexton that the radar's still looking pretty good down there. It's not raining, plenty of sun, so hopefully our forecast is, the bad stuff is going to be delayed longer than we thought. We thought we maybe had till about 2 before it started really blowing up, but hopefully that'll push back to at least 4 or so and we'll all get in. That would be fabulous. Okay, let's go get with Kriegel here. You can see where the camera's pointed there, that's the Pinzgau Valley. That pass, that little pass there, is often quite windy. I've been shut down there a couple times in previous editions. There's a good climb. I'm going to take this because this is a better climb than what Kriegel's in, so he'll come over to me. Well, maybe not, actually. This is about as ideal as you can get for the start of a race. I remember in 2017, nobody flew at all the first day of that race. We just walked in the rain all day and all night. So we will take it. This is gorgeous. So this is looking east right now. I would think we're going to take this to cloud base. You can hear my Vario working pretty well there. There's a nice cloud above us, maybe 600-700 meters. So we'll get up to that and keep heading south. So Kriegel's about 3K ahead right now, but I can see that gaggle. There's a whole bunch of them together, and they've just left the climb and are going on glide, and they're quite a lot higher than we are. So they're going to come in, I'm sure, right about when we get to cloud base. They'll be coming in about where we are if they get a good line across. So pretty soon here, more people to work with to head down to Sexton. Change the perspective there. A nice climb here. We got about a 3 meter on the averager, which has been about the best climb for the day. We had one earlier that was about 4, so just really lovely flying conditions. Almost no wind at all. I believe in this gaggle. There's a big gaggle coming. I count, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 looks like, heading our way. So when you're in a World Cup and you got a big gaggle coming, swallowing you up like that, you're going, come on, climb, turn into a ripper. I want to be above these guys when they get to us. My job right now and Kriegel's job is to find the best core, the best part of this thermal, so we climb as fast as we possibly can. Remember, whenever you're turning and climbing, you're going the wrong way half the time. So you want to be climbing and the most amount of time gliding. Okay, Kriegel's just gone on glide. Looks like behind Maxime there. So I'll do the There's a very nice cloud popping right in front of us here. I'm sure that's just going to be a Hoover up to base. Then I'll have to get serious about gloves because it's going to get chilly as we climb higher and get up into the big terrain. There it is. Green out here right now. I guess it just is always green in the Alps. I'm not used to that where I am in the desert where it's all dry. Here, I'll turn things around so you can see where I'm going. That's looking southwest right now. I'm just flying up this ridge line to hopefully get another. I'd love to stick with them if I could. And there, oh, I can see Maxime is in a lovely line. He's just going straight and climbing. And Kriegel's just found the same climb. So they're going to take this up tall. Okay, I understand we're starting to get dropouts on the lot. I think we're going to hold it as long as. Again, if we lose cell with you, then we'll close this live show and we'll see you again tonight for a wrap up. That one. But we'll stay live here as long as we can, and if it drops out, it's been fun. Amazing. And we'll try to keep it going here. Kriegel's just turned back around a little bit to chase this bigger climb. We got to get tall here before you go across the Pinzgau. So understandable move. Got the big gaggle coming up, just coming in a little bit higher than us. There it is. Live show at 9. Stay tuned to the live tracking. There's a lot of action going on right now. We're just getting swallowed. Okay, so we're gonna close the live stream for now. We're having a bunch of dropouts, so thanks for joining. We'll see you for the live show tonight at 9, and stay tuned to the live tracking. It's gonna be an exciting day of racing. Thanks, everybody. See you later.